And there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena, and today we are looking at the last hours of Kaldheim Constructed. It took me quite a while to do this because I had a hard time getting staples, and even with this one I still had to craft a few extra. But we're just gonna run, we'll probably run 1 or 2 matches with this one. We'll just we'll see how well this does. I probably should also make a few changes. Well, I'll probably make changes if I bust out really badly and have time for a second run. So basically Angels and Clerics. So it's pretty much centered around Righteous Valkyrie. We're pretty much aiming to gain some life, but we're aiming to get some early control elements between Elder Fang Disciple, Priest of the Haunted Edge. Actually, this one, that's basically a 4 life point gain. That's pretty good. We have a few interesting one-offs I'm trying out. I'm trying out the Draugr Necromancer, see if we can steal our opponent's stuff. We're running a lot of commons here. Running a bunch of Jarls, running some Vengeful Reapers. I'm running the single Kaya that I never got to cast, so maybe we might get a shot at it. We should be able to get some value with the Angels, at least with Rampage of the Valkyries. That's what. Also a nice 4-point life gain. Also, we are testing out one rare that we get for free, especially if you've been going up the Mastery Pass. So, Valkyrie Harbinger, this one comes from the team deck. So, at a certain level, I think it's at least double digit, but it's relatively early. You will get 4 copies of this. So, I'm only trying out 2 right now, but if we can keep the Harbinger alive, gain quite a bunch of life. She does have lifelink after all. We should be able to overwhelm with Angels. Otherwise, it's pretty much a snow team. I think this relies on matches, so I did put a quick sideboard, raise the Draugr way down. Redain, pretty much I actually want to play this more for the Protector Shield. Halvar, I'm pretty much more for the sword, so we have a sword and shield. Emergency Feed the Serpent, Emergency Blood in the Snow. We'll see how this turns out. I don't exactly have that much high hopes for this one. I was originally thinking of just doing mono red. I just did not have enough staples. I was also thinking red black berserkers, but I figure I'd give this tribe a chance. I've been talking about making a clerics deck since Zendikar Rising. But we're gonna test this out, see how this pans out. So, Haunted Edge. Need 1 more land. I don't like the double Furia, but we'll see. And no, it's actually just best. These are best of 1, so you can So need to be careful with that one. Anyway, we are looking for double black at this point. Okay. Opponent opens with a Faceless Haven. I could just lead with Priest, but I'm actually gonna lead with Jarl. It does make us look like a 2 spell deck, but as long as we're not hitting stuff, we are in trouble. That said, being able to foretell Poison the Cup, foretell the Hour of the Forsaken. I considered Iron Verdict, but not. Okay, opponent has their own Righteous Valkyrie. And we are still getting stuck on land, so I'm actually going to just Poison the Cup now. Let's see if we can get. Okay, we got lands in the next 2. So I will lead. Since I don't. Well, I do have a tree drop. Probably. I don't know if it gets killed immediately or not. We'll go with this one. Okay. Our opponent going for the beats. So we're going to see if this one sticks. I'm trying to remember if there's any mono white removal. I actually suspect our opponent should have black mana at some point. Rampage of the Valkyrie, so yeah, opponent has the same idea. And when an angel you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature, so not good for us. So I'm actually gonna just play the Priest of the Haunted Edge, gain some life. And at least we can target this one. And it's angel you control dies, though the Faceless Havens also count as angels. Beautiful Valkyrie. Yeah, our opponent had a much better start. We were really struggling. Opponent making even more tokens. Oh, we'll take the hit, but we're probably gonna lose this one on the back of keeping such a sketchy hand. Dream Devourer, this will gain us some life. Kinda wish we had the Doomscar now. I'm tempted to actually just foretell this. Like, what's the next part? Destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. So we will lose the Valkyrie. We will... And we can only activate this as a sorcery. So... we're actually going to just foretell this first. Each other player sacrifices a creature. So... it doesn't matter which token we snipe. We're gonna end up losing the Dream Devourer. Opponent probably just taps this one, so we stop gaining life at this point. Angels you control gain double strike. That's a problem. Maybe we can top deck Doomscar? Oh no. Oh, well, this has vigilance, so I could just block. Yeah, this is block. We're gonna lose. We're about to lose it anyway. Opponent probably could have. Also, an interesting trick is wait, no. Our opponent could activate this at. Oh yeah, it's a mistiming. Opponent has a much better opening. So we got 5 mana, but nothing to do with it. We're gonna take such a big beating here. And when a creature an opponent control, when one of our creatures dies, that's a problem. So let's see. We take 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We go down to 3. And I don't want to give our opponent Priest to the Haunted Edge, so I'm actually going to just play this one. But yeah, this is probably the first card I'm going to cut if we get another shot at this. So, if our opponent can kill this, yeah, but opponent having all the lands. I probably will just, yeah. Oh yeah, I do have a copy of this. So, force to block. Probably that Blood and the Snow should be. Now let's see if we can top deck our single Doomscar or not. Nope, we did not. Yeah, got overrun against an early start, so that's a real big pain. So much for that one. Well, let's try again. But this time, some of the cards from the sideboard are gonna move main, so like Blood and the Snow definitely becomes a main board card. We probably want a lot more removal, so I like the idea of using the cleric as removal, though there is a reason it's common. And the Draugr plan was quite good, so so I want to play these out first, then foretell. Okay, I want to play these out first. Foretell Vengeful Reaper, start beating down with this one, then see if we can get more lands so we can actually play Dream Devourer. Opponent. Yeah, I'm already starting to hate Fury at this point. Next turn we could also just foretell the Doomscar. The opponent's going in. Yeah, I probably will add more Doomscars. I would make this more of a control deck. So opponent has Dream Devourer, land, foretell. Yeah, I'm missing lands. What the hey? I'm tempted to just play the Dream Devourer and... because I'm pretty sure this is another Vengeful Reaper, so I do... promise if Dream Dev... okay, let's say I play the Dream Devourer for now. Then I'll aim to... actually, I'm probably just gonna foretell Kaya at this point. No, this could actually be our opponent having a Doomscar now that our opponent has white. But yeah, getting stuck on land, so that's kind of probably one of the rally the ranks. So opponent names Cleric, so we're taking quite a beat down here. So we'll take 6. See if we can hit the land. Okay, hit another sinkhole. Can we afford to take another hit? I think we can. So no attacks. We'll block this time. Or force our opponent to start using these spells. But yeah, this one's fine. Although it's only fine because we have a Dream Devourer to foretell it. I'm thinking of... actually, the smart play for our opponent is not to unload. Foretells again. We will block this time because we are above the ration board. So there's a priest. We'll save that for next time. And the bad thing is because our opponent had the Doom Devourer, these could be anything and we won't have the removal. Well, we have one shot of removal. Sure. Opponent's not playing into it, so we bind one creature. The Elder Fang Disciple doesn't do anything, so what we can do is Feast of Haunted Edge. I should have actually played Dream Devourer than Valkyrie Harbinger, but we'll save that for another time. We'll just cast with the alternate cost. We are not going to get this Dream Devourer. We could get it back with our sideboard, but not at this point. So we're going to see if our opponent goes for the Boast. Most likely our opponent starts unloading Valkyrie Sword. Does not have the mana. Yeah, you need one white. 4/2. I will block. Okay, we're starting to hit our mana now. That's the good news. So if our opponent doesn't have removal for this, we can actually just cast both of these, then get the benefit. We're probably going to aim for another land at this point. If our opponent still keeps that one card in hand, I will just Elder Fang Disciple. Yeah, actually a lot of these... yeah, I would like to rally the ranks, but I figured I'd wanted more of a creature base. Opponent foretells again. They can cast one spell, but they're probably gonna skip. So Dream Devourer. Opponent doesn't have an actual response, so we're gonna cast. So what do I want? We have the 6 lands already. I'm gonna put Splendid Marshal in hand. So you have to also remember that this is sorcery speed removal, so if our opponent drops a ton of haste like Reaper, we are in trouble. I also wish there's an indication of which cards were foretold by Dream Devourer. Okay, Poison's the Cup. Regular cost. Opponent actually does have the Vengeful Reaper. And the Code Spell Cleric. Nope. This did not work because this was the 3rd spell. So definitely nuking that. I can play this, force our opponent to just have it. I can also play the Resplendent Marshal. Now let's force our opponent to have it. We actually need gas at this point. So swing up top. Our opponent, yeah, can just equip this, but let's see. This is +2/+1. Okay, it's still soft. It will prevent me from swinging with this. Or it just makes our opponent concede. Okay, so we got one game off that one. And that was literally off the back of that singleton Doomscar. So I want to... So the next iteration of this, definitely more Doomscars. We are essentially a control deck here. We're trying to play a creature game when we really shouldn't. So... Well, we got some gold back. How much did we put in? This one is a... This one was a... I don't... Was this a 500 gold event? Oh well. I think it is. I actually forgot. I just cashed it in just so I could take a look at the... Take a look at how much time I actually had. Anyhow, we are going to see how far we can push this one. But we did learn some lessons there. We definitely are control, so we do want cards like Blood in the Snow. We are getting shafted by this. I'm starting to like Dream Devour, but I'm starting to hate everything else. And also starting to hate our opponent going first, especially since it's a combination of either Warriors or Angels or Clerics. Well, technically it's mostly gonna be this one, so opponent might as well boast. Yeah, he's investing one card. Yeah, probably I should be more aggressive in mulliganing. Like, I had... Well, it was literally one... Because these two were actually castable. Albeit very slow. And I also had no... This is also the third white X deck in a row. Let's see if our opponent plays Righteous Valkyrie. No, Runeforge Champion, so this is the Runes deck. Opponent going for life gain, so we finally hit. We can't flash this. I can just play this now, so our opponent... I also want to just hold up Poison the Cup. In case we don't... Nah, let's just play this now. It'll give us some sort of back end. Also, Rune of Sustenance does not... Well, actually, I'm concerned our opponent's going to start chaining stuff here. It's going to be a question if our opponent has the green rune to buff toughness. We know our opponent wants to cast that rune. They're going to cast... Well, Clarion Spirit into rune is fine. Now we just need to have a solid creature on top. Opponent runes that one, so... Doesn't matter which one I block. But I definitely want to snipe this one given a chance, so... Actually, just... Let's make our opponent discard the card. We won't be able to block Clarion Spirit or this other spirit, but we can take the other stuff just fine. Yeah, let's just cash it out now. Still waiting for land number 4. Even if I have to hard cast this. Because the other play we can do is Dream Devourer. Well, we can also just cast Righteous Valkyrie to give ourselves a blocker. And just never attack. So we're gonna block this one. Force our opponent to have a combat trick or just boast for the extra value. So that's a good Poison the Cup target. Code Spell Cleric, spell number 2. So we're probably gonna... Well, there's our 4th land. So how much damage are we taking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wow, that's a lot. Yeah, we took way too long. Mono White is actually looking good. Like, I can play these two, but what will they do? They block this, they block this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see if our opponent has a way to buff out of this. Like, if they have any single point of removal, we're in real trouble. But yeah, there is a real cost to having these ETB tapped, even if they are snow. But I'm definitely going to cash in again. I'm definitely going to make some changes here. I actually am starting to see that black-red is probably a good option if people are running all these very aggressive decks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's a good game. I could have just used the remove. So that one did not pan out well, but that's fine. So we are going to make some changes to this deck. So in fact, it's a good thing I didn't put up the deck list because I'm going to change it away anyway. But first, let's cash in our meager winnings. Oh, we got another Finn. Shame it's not that great. But let's make some changes here. So first off, we are going to add probably 2 more Doom Scars. And we're just gonna cut this one. We're gonna bring down this one kinda brings down the cost. I like everything else so far. Harbinger's fine, Rampage of Valkyries is fine. That's pretty much the one main change I will do. We could also just move the Blood and the Snow to the main board. Like, what? Like, I could cut the Singleton Resplendent Marshal. But that assumes I can survive long enough. But for a shot, I'll cut the Singleton. We're gonna move the 2 Blood and the Snows here. So we're just gonna move the Resplendent Marshal to the sideboard. We're also going to I'll keep the Draugr Necromancer because that one's interesting. We can... There's a Skemfar Shadow Mage which also helps us. I could also add Valky if I really wanted to burn all bridges. Probably 4th Dream Devourer is the smarter choice though. So we'll move the Draugr Necromancer to the sideboard. Then we'll just add the blood. Then add the Blood in the Snow. But now 24 lands, probably want 25 at this point, so we'll add another snow-covered swamp. We will probably end up cutting... I guess we can cut 1 priest. Or we can cut 1 Elderfang Disciple. One of these two is... We cut one of these two. Probably the Elderfang Disciple. So, no, I don't need a copy of that. I need a copy of this. Then we should get... Then we'll start another game shortly while I update the deck list. So, another 500 gold. We'll see if this one pans out better. If not, the recommendation for a more aggro setup is plausible too. So that's the old deck list. So I'm gonna try to edit this while I'm at it here. And I probably should just cut out the sideboard altogether. It's not for this event doesn't have sideboarding after all. Okay. Did our opponent... No, I just heard a sound effect. Our opponent kept... I like this as a start, but yeah, our mana is hurting us. Also, so we're gonna mulligan. Okay, this one's better. We will actually bin the... We will bin the Valkyrie, so we have a... Yeah, probably want to add 2 more of the ETB tap lands. For this version of Constructed, so I definitely want to not play this one first. I want to actually just foretell Poison the Cup because we really need this Scry too. So we can refresh this. There's some changes there. Wow, we're just drawing all our swamps. So it looks like, yeah, so if we can hit double white, we can go for the Doomscar. So let's see if our opponent is able to cast both. I will be happy. Okay, opponent just foretells. Please be stuck on mana. Oh, come on. I'm starting to get the Persecution Complex at this point. I'm going to... I'm actually going to just play the Priest here. So we just need 1 white source. Just 1. Now, we will block, of course. If our opponent has a way to kill it, that's fine. So at least we use it to get 1 kill. We get 1 kill spell out of the way. It can't be weighed down because our opponent has no creatures in yard at this point. I'm actually just waiting for our opponent to go for the 1/2 payoff. Yeah, we just need 1 white mana. Like, but we are running 11 swamps, so we can still get like 7 of them. Well, another Priest of the Haunted Edge is fine. So I can actually just play this one, snipe this other one, then hold up the Poison the Cup for our opponent's next threat. Also, I don't think our opponent has ways to protect. Does our opponent have ways to protect? No, it just lets it go, that's fine. At this point, we're probably not going to foretell the Doomscar because Sigurd got favored. So I'm actually going to let it resolve. Oh, it's exile. Oh, it's not attacking or blocking, so you don't actually get it. Yeah, this is very conditional. I like it though. It really messed us up last time. Opponent names black. So we're waiting to figure out what our opponent's gonna do next, and I'm gonna figure out how I'm going to enjoy dinner. So I'm actually gonna just block here. Let's see if our opponent has a combat trick. I'm concerned about a potential okay, he just foretells. So we can actually just keep holding this up forever at this rate. It's gonna cast something. It can't be... Okay, there's an Usher of the Fallen. We'll leave that there. Finally hit a white source, so... we will Rampage. And the nice thing is that this is not a legendary enchantment, so we can just Rampage again. So I'm actually gonna just hold back. If we can get the double Rampage, that would be great. So yeah, we really are a control deck. Well, not kind of control, it's more like a tempo. You're getting control early. Okay, opponent wants us to discard. Sure, we'll just use it. I'm tempted to actually just take out Sigrid right now, but we'll wait. Because we could also just sack. Also gonna be annoying for our opponent, like if our opponent plays Righteous Valkyrie, so that's a very good target for us. Opponent... Okay. We probably just lose another 3 life. We will snipe the Valkyrie for sure. I could even just discard the Doomscar at this point, you know what? Oh, we can actually pull that down. No, we'll take this. So, we will play Dream Devourer so we have something to defend with the ground. Our opponent's probably gonna aim for one of our angels, though it will end up taking out their clearing their board. Another thing we can do is like we could use the Poison the Cup to take out one of their things. Yeah, Terragrid's Lantern a little bit late. Opponent now knows how we feel. He's gonna pass. Probably has a Doom. They probably have a Doomscar. They did foretell 2 cards. So that would mean this is not, and I could just end up sacking these to the Lantern. Opponent ended already passing, so they can't attack anymore. They need to decide what to do. So let's discard the Doomscar. If they go for the reset, then we pretty much win. They have to take out something that we have on board. Oh, that's another foretell. So I'm actually gonna snipe this one now so I can get the Scry 2. So Righteous Valkyrie, Yarlow to Forsaken. Yeah, definitely like that. So we'll keep those on top. So I can foretell this one. Force our opponent to have removal for this. Basically, then I can swing with the Dream Devourer. So we're gonna actually foretell this. Our opponent could also just murder this, but then they die. They kill one of this. We can take our opponent down to 2 at least. Also, Righteous Valkyrie just costs 1 at that point. That's very nice. Kind of wish I had a fork. Yeah, well, let's go for broke. I'm trying to think if there's any white-black foretell card. Iron Verdict snipes that. Okay. Kaya's Onslaught. Yeah, they had the aggro plan. So we got them right there. We probably could have played it. I was more concerned that they had the Poison the Cup. That was the most likely thing that would have ruined us. So Iron Verdict was fine. So that uncommon really paid off in spades. Let's keep going. Well, at least we're not having problems with mana anymore, so we're definitely gonna go Sinkhole, Swamp Elder Fang, get this killed somehow so we can drop the Valkyrie. We might we're definitely gonna foretell Doomscar, keep it safe if we can't do that. Opponent's got the aggro start. Also note that Blood in the Snow only gets stuff from our yard, so well, probably try to aim for this one to die at least. Opponent's playing blue-red giants, so good. Congratulations, we finally saw a different deck. Opponent's definitely going to deal 2 damage to target opponent. Okay, so the Elder Fang Disciple safe. Okay, going to play. So we're gonna foretell Doomscar. If our opponent's playing giants, we definitely want these. Opponent plays. They are 1 turn away from this, but they can just keep glimpsing the Cosmos. So essentially, Giants is also a tempo control deck. You try to maintain control early with creatures like Basalt Ravager and whatnot. So since we know our Elder Fang Disciple is gonna die, let's just run up Coffee. Although our opponent can... Wait, next giant spell. So if they play a different giant now... Okay, so they're just gonna go for this one. And they might have a burn spell for this. Invasion again. So you're being invaded, guys. And you're also being flooded as well. So, not too much of a rush. In fact, I want our opponent to at least drop a second giant. I want them to kind of unload the board here, so we probably run Blood on the Stone first just to get the Valkyrie back. Probably, yeah, it definitely runs that out. Okay, we got Jarl of the Forsaken, so we have an alternate plan. If I wanted to be cute, I could have gotten the Elder Fang Disciple just to mess with their hand. But we got 1 reset, and we're basically forcing our opponent to... Well... Disciple again. So we're definitely gonna... Whoa, what did they discard? Fire Giant's Fury. Target giant you control. Ooh, wow. So foretell, protect our hand. Also, Ravagers. So gets 2 Calamity Bearers, which is why I run Doomscar. But now, so we'll go for 1 more swing. Yeah, wow, that's 12 damage there, so we have no choice. Opponent could still have more giants, but at least we have... If our opponent can't nuke Priest of the Haunted Edge, we can at least nuke 1 of their giants, so they will get a copy again. Nope, they're just glimpsing the Cosmos now. Looks like they are desperate to dig for another giant. Probably found 1 though. It's like top 3 cards, so there's plenty of choice here. No, invasion, so... We might just play the Jarl to start beating down. I'm actually gonna play this out here. So if our opponent plays a big... Now now this is a mistake if our opponent has the board wipe effect. We just given up our entire board equity. Yeah, they have it. Probably we should not have played that other one. But we got ourselves another Jarl. Scry 3, so they will dig for, well, the next giant's gonna be next turn. This could still be a giant. So there's the Quake Bringer. Actually, it's double Quake Bringer, so we actually have to take a hit. Against Cosmos again and again. Come on, Doomstar. Or our other blood on the snow. I don't... If our opponent's gone through the effort to cast Reflections of the Jara, well, I wouldn't mind losing. But we definitely cannot cast this now. Okay, so we've got Poison the Cup. Hold on. So this one triggers an upkeep. So 11, 10, 9, 8. Yeah, we definitely foretell because I need to set up this. So there's another Jarl. I don't need the Shimmer Drift at this point. So if our opponent has... So if our opponent has another giant at this point, we are out. If our opponent has a burn spell directly, we're out. Our only hope is if our opponent does nothing and we can somehow get this one through. Bringer X2. Yeah, that's a good game. Well, our opponent drew a lot of cards and got to scry a lot, so that was fine. Yeah, we needed to hit another rat effect at that point. Also, Glimpse. Also, our start was awfully slow at that. Like we actually got what? Only so few actual creatures, but yeah, definitely. We should not have played out the sec. I was already thinking that there's one card that could wreck us, and yeah, sure enough, that was the one card that they had. Okay, we got our match. So let's see how well we do this one. Well, considering how many versions of the white-black deck I've seen, I don't mind it. So, yeah, we can get some early control by nuking our opponent's hand. Although, these guys are very squishy, so if we don't have a main control element, like say a Doomscar or a Blood in the Snow, we are not surviving this long term. Also, letting our opponent draw so many cards was an issue as well. We could benefit from a Skull Raid, I'd suppose. That is, at the very least, it would have wrecked our opponent's hand. So next turn, Shimmer Drift Veil on white, we Elderfang Disciple again. Oh, is this the same opponent? Cosmos. No, Invasion. Okay, close enough. We should at least start picking apart our opponent's hand. So Valkyrie Harbinger again. We are looking for Dream Devourer would be fine. Dream Devourer is fine. More mana is kind of fine since we're holding up Doomscar and Blood in the Snow anyway. Opponent's playing this. Our opponent is playing the Changeling version. We're actually gonna pass here. We're gonna wait for our opponent to dump some cards, then we can... Well, we'll probably do an early Doomscar depending on the board state. We might even be able to take some damage first. We definitely want another mana for Blood in the Snow. Although getting back Elderfang Disciples feels very poor. I would rather Valkyrie Harbinger get it killed somehow than Blood on the Snow for that. Opponent holding back also seems to be stuck on mana, so opponent might also be setting us up for another Battle of Frost and Fire, but that's a turn away. So we're kind of waiting on this, though our opponent's gained a lot of time. Two turns of no swing. That's actually very good for our opponent. Opponent passing. Opponent not swing. Okay, they can swing and ding us for 3 damage. We only get to ding 2 back. They're more likely to play an actual giant. Funny enough, if they play the... Oh! He's gonna take this out. You know, you could have cast this one without having to cast this other one, right? Okay, come on, 6th land. Or Dream Devourer. Opponent plays Calamity Bearer. So for 2. Then we got our land, so we'll ding opponent for 2, then just wipe the board. So next turn we're going Harbinger, Harbinger, Invasion. Okay, our opponent's trying to reset up the board again. Also, yeah, if our opponent was forced to play this one, they like what they saw though. And a nice foretell. I'm actually gonna just play Rampage out first. But at least it dissuades our opponent from... Because I kind of wanted to get greedy with this one. Okay, opponent reveals Freezing Flame. Okay, they might be in trouble. They have an actual Demon Bolt, so... Ooh! Bad sequencing. Our opponent should not have played this first. Wait, I clicked white, right? Uh-oh. My mouse just froze. Give me a second. Okay, spare mouse on the ready. Always have a spare mouse. And one that can fit there. There we go. Okay, white. Sorry about that. Okay, and my mouse got caught on... Ah, come on. My mouse got caught on another one. And so it's acting all weird and all that. Ah, come on. And I have no idea what our opponent did, so it looks like it's just Cosmos. So... just gonna swing with one. I could have gone greedy and just swung with the other one, but... I'm gonna be a bit more judicious. We're gonna just snipe our opponent's hand. Ooh, our opponent... Nice try. And... second verse, same as the first. Unfortunately, blue-red does not have a big enough wrath. Well, they can wipe out the tokens again, but... Though, if our opponent has Quakebringer, we won't be able to gain life, but we might still be able to win the game. If things get really bad, we'll just blood them. Calamity Bearer does not do it, so we get a win from off that one. Ay. I'm gonna go fix the battery on this one. I'll play another one of this. I'm slightly concerned because this mouse double clicks a lot. Like, I keep it as an emergency mouse, but it's a bad emergency mouse. Probably over time I would add more removal effects. Though I do like the combination. Oh wow, this is the hand that says that you're gonna lose the game. Like 1, 2, turn 3, turn 4. Well, it's still better than turn 5, man. You know what? I'm kinda hungry already, so let's see. So let's sabotage our chances. And you know, I just saw only 2 flavors. What happened to Mono Red? What happened to Berserkers? It looks like everyone's just playing I tried this one in draft. It didn't pan out well for me. Oh, wow. On the flip side, if I get 2 more lands, we will be able to wipe our opponent's board 3 times over. Our opponent running this means that they do have other spells. But yeah, nothing says control deck like 3 tap lands. If this was mono white, we would be dead. We would already be dead long ago. Or we would be on the skin of our teeth at this point. Opponent can't cast this yet. They will probably cast something cheaper. Drop the Righteous Valkyrie. Though it actually depends. I definitely will play this one. Oh yeah, because then it makes the next one cheaper. I will play Righteous Valkyrie just to have something to block this one and maybe convince our opponent to load up the board. Our opponent could also just have a Demon Bolt out of the blue and we'll be taking 6, but then what we could do is Kaya, Exile. Not great. So we take 6. And we're definitely not playing Kaya yet. We're gonna save that for another turn. We will Doomscar though. Preferably with okay, because here's the thing. 8. Okay, actually here's another plan. So we're gonna exile the Calamity Bearer, so this might convince our opponent to...
That was an easy
if they have another Ravager, they just ravage Kaya, we take 4, then we can Blood on the Snow, get Kaya back, +1 something? Okay, that... +1 force our opponent to... And I might as well. It's probably the first and last time I'm ever going to be able to cast Kaya. And who doesn't want to live the dream of getting Kaya back again and again and again? It's going to take a while though. I'm actually hoping our opponent snipes Kaya. Oh, they're going for our face. We are flooded. So we can actually just Doomscar now. Play Stalwart Valkyrie. Alternate cost. Bin Righteous Valkyrie. Hope our opponent... +1. So
Ghosting
what does this
feels
do?
weird,
It
I know.
returns it to its owner's hand. Okay, perfect. So let's see if we can get our opponent to drop T. So that's the cooperation I needed.
This is gonna be one.
We got an Elder Fang Disciple. Start hitting our opponent's hand. Let's drop the Stalwart Valkyrie again. If it gets our opponent to do another one of these, this is fine. So now the play is, the play now is really just Blood on the Snow. Preferably with a giant or two on the board. So our opponent gets a reset. Has to glimpse the Cosmos. Now, if I do Battle of Fire and he just wipes it, so this only wipes it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna force our opponent to start emptying their hand. Then we're gonna just play the Stalwart Valkyrie. We basically want our opponent to. Also, I think this is the next level. This is the next level of the team deck rares. So this would have been next in line. So if our opponent, so we go down to 1. If our opponent has, does our opponent have the? If this last card is basalt, okay, it's not. But our opponent. So we are getting Kaya back.
Death is inevitable, and so am
Yeah, I don't want our opponent to scry 3 at this point. We're just gonna exile that. So if this is a Demon Bolt, well, we kind of survive. No, we hold the multiverse, so opponent gets 2 cards. We're skin on the teeth down to 1. Yeah, that's it. Basalt Ravager. No real defense against that one. Actually, the correct play would have been to. Well, correct play would have been to just play Kaya, I think. Well, that's how it is. We did not get spot removal, so we were forced to conserve our board wipes and whatnot. But all in all, that was, well, not too shabby. It's actually quite fine. So that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Oh no, that is a different rare. Hold on. So the next rare is actually Surtland Elementalist. No, I'm not buying a level. I'll find out when I get it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the latest news and bannings. And stay tuned also, because we're going to start exploring the Challenger decks. I actually had a very good time testing one of them. It was a very close game. And again, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care.